I spend more time on YouTube than I do any other place on the internet, and in my time, I've come across some interesting YouTube rabbit holes. I gotta be careful about how I talk about this type of channel, because the contents of their uploads are sort of legally dubious. And I have skin in this game. I run one of these channels, which I'll talk about towards the end of this video, but I would hate for anyone to see this video and mass report these channels. Please don't be a weenie. I was talking to a friend who finally gave a word to this type of channel that I really enjoy. He called them music aggregators, but I might prefer curators. There are these channels with names like Cool Music for Cool People, or Should Be Asleep, or sometimes just the name, that upload an eclectic mix of music that never comes from one genre, but always seems like they're coming from the taste of one person. I'm not talking about channels that solicit submissions for narrow genres, or the artist formerly known as Chilled Cow. The ones I'm talking about take no submissions, have a decent following, but not enough to be financially lucrative, and seem generally invested in posting lesser known music for exposure. These channels' choices can be more mainstream, like in the city pop or video game OST channels, but the best ones are the ones posting weird stuff. Here are some of my favorites.
Welcome to your safe and secure shopping environment.
Smoke hot coffee refill 달이 뜨지 않고 네가 뜨는 밤
I was made aware of these at a time in my life when I was voraciously consuming newer, weirder music, and I found out about so many different kinds of music thanks to them. I don't think I would have known what the Spectralists are, or that there's a third Viennese school if it wasn't for them. I wouldn't have found the awesome style of noise music that comes from Japan, or avant folk from Korea. There are many, many more than these, but generally, I like ones that post full albums, I like ones that use something other than the album art as the video thumbnail, and I really like these fascinating channels that edit completely unrelated music and film together. Sometimes these can feel a little samey. There is no shortage of Japanese anything with a looping anime gif, and I never need to see another Wong Kar-wai edited to a Mac DeMarco song again, but these are still cool. It's one thing to learn a bit about a person's taste through their music choices, it's another thing entirely to see how they combine completely disparate music and film in this way. Even when I know both of these media individually, watching someone's wires get crossed and form an association is an entirely new personal experience. Are these just the new AMVs?
A little bit of loneliness.
I should note that an important subset of this type of channel are the contemporary classical music curators. Nowadays, you have people like George Giannopoulos and the aforementioned music, as well as score followers like Intrepidify, C Major 7, and Score Follower. But back in the day, the absolute GOAT was the Velas Theater and associated channels. Sadly, they haven't posted anything new in 5 years, but this was the place to go to hear stuff under the contemporary classical or experimental umbrella. I wouldn't know about people like Hank Badings and Steve Roden if it weren't for channels like this. They're incredible tools for music discovery in a world where your tastes can feel boxed in and are fed back to you algorithmically. That's sort of the reason I have one of these channels too. Clearly, I don't post much on mine, but when I do, it's music that I like a lot that aren't already on YouTube and usually aren't very commercially available. Someone who enjoys my choices based on my previous uploads can hopefully expect an interesting upload in the future, and these can have real cultural and personal impact. Many artists reach a wider audience thanks to these channels, and arguably have given a second life to entire genres like city pop. The elephant in the room is, of course, legality. The vast majorities of these videos have something in the description that states this upload is for promotional purposes only and will be removed at the request of the copyright holder, which to me says that we all know we're skirting the line just a little bit. Many channels do put links where you can support the artist by buying their music, and I've definitely bought albums on Bandcamp after hearing them on YouTube. Some artists seem to love when unofficial uploads of the music hits it big. I can't make the decision for you on how you value music and how you pay for it. I get the feeling that every one of these channels uploads music from artists they want to support, and this is their way of doing so. But I also understand if you don't like that these channels are distributing music that isn't theirs, and that they didn't get explicit permission to share them. All I want to say now is, check out some of these channels, and if you find something you like, buy it.
was leaping like the lizards in and out of asylum, so they took away my scissors. I'm hiding from the shivers. Reading Hesse, I was diving in the rivers, but I never was a leper.